My name is Mike Fournier. I'm the Superintendent of Schools for the Bedford School District. I want to thank you for tuning in. I have 3 updates for you today that I'd like to share. The first is I want to talk about our reopening plans. As many of you know, on the 13th of July, we did a high-level overview of what our plans would look like for the upcoming school year. And then on the 14th of July, the Governor's Task Force released their recommendations to the state of New Hampshire. As a result of that work, our teams got together and sort of feverishly melded those 2 models together to find a way to make things work correctly, to keep the health, safety of our students and staff our priority, but also to provide an educational opportunity for our kids that we think would be very good. And while we know that face-to-face, full-day instruction is ideal and what everybody wants, including us, we also know that we have a commitment to 3 things. Number 1, social distancing. Number 2, wearing masks to the greatest extent possible. And number 3, hand washing and sanitizing. Those 3 pillars are a cross-section of every evidence-based document that we have looked at, be it the CDC, Mass General, local physicians, and the state's guidance. And in order to do that, we need to enter into a hybrid model of education. And what that looks like for us right now will be face-to-face instruction blended with distance learning. So that'll be the start. Where we go from there and where we end up ultimately will be based on where the data takes us and how well we do as we start with this model. The second thing I want to share with you is in this email. Linked in it are all the plans, sort of the comprehensive plans as we know them today. There's a large memo with information embedded. There's also an area for each school to have their plans listed. I'd encourage you to read those, get a sense of what's in there. If you have any questions, write those down, get a sense of what those questions are. And we want to give you an opportunity to get those questions answered. Many will know and some we won't know, because some of the questions we are still trying to find answers to ourselves. So on Monday, the 20th of July, we are going to have a moderated question and answer time for anyone who would like to participate at the Bedford High School Theater at 6 p.m. Myself and all the principals will be at a panel. We'll have an independent moderator come and allow people to ask questions about what the plan is about, what does it look like, how does it impact you and your kids. That will last approximately 1 hour. So we're going to ask people to wear masks, social distance, but we will definitely be answering questions. As soon as that hour is over, we will close that meeting and we will transition to a Bedford School Board meeting, which will start immediately at 7:30 p.m. The Bedford School Board meeting will provide an opportunity for public comment, and so the public comment could certainly be about the reopening plans, but could also be about any other issue, positive or negative, that you have regarding the Bedford School District. So that will be sent out as well. In terms of timeline, you'll see the plans in this email today. We'll have the question and answers on the 20th. There will also be a school board meeting on the 20th. And then I would expect, and I'll be asking the board to ratify our hybrid model on the 27th of July. I do want to recognize that we have received wonderful feedback from the community, people who support the plan, people who don't support the plan, and we understand that the way that this works is we are not in a position to make everyone happy, but we are in a position where we must keep everyone safe, and that is what we're intending to do. I'd also encourage you to remember that these plans are intended to be nimble, and so if the opportunity comes up for us to be able to expand face-to-face instruction, we want to do that. If we find ourselves in a situation where we need to contract face-to-face instruction, we might need to do that as well. Starting today, teachers from around our district are working in groups with administrators, sorting out the details as to how this plan is going to work in practical terms in their classrooms. So I thank you for listening. I appreciate your support. I know that there are still a lot of questions. We will do our best to answer them, but I hope you have a great day.